Oh, we're just celebrating now that he's black. We finally have a black pope. Welcome back. Be sure to subscribe. Let's get right to it. First topic. So Trump was treated like a king and given a standing ovation in Saudi Arabia. Go ahead, take a look at the clip. Yeah, so it just goes to show you that everybody in the world who's not completely bought and sold by the World Economic Forum and the globalists, you know, they basically love what Trump is doing. Look at what they did. They busted out the purple carpet, which is pretty much only for royalty. The MBS guy went and met him on the tarmac, which he just doesn't do, you know. They brought in a McDonald's, a mobile McDonald's for the guy. I mean, what more do you need? It just goes to show that people realize that Trump is not just making America great, Trump is making the world great, right? And he wants all these countries to prosper and prosper on their own accord, you know, and just be themselves, a very nationalistic mentality, right? He wants Africa to do great as Africa, right? As well they should. I mean, it's not like we want any sort of country or anybody to be like a shithole country, you know? No, we would prefer everybody. Could you imagine if the whole world was just great and you could go anywhere and there was innovation and people just killing it? That's basically what Trump wants. And that's, you know, probably what Trump is gonna, you know, facilitate over the next 4 years. But all right, let's get to the next topic. So apparently Joe Biden was a victim of elder abuse by the Democrats. Go ahead, take a look at the clip.
I'm curious about what his advisors were saying at the time as you look at this, as you reported out this book.
So the White House physician, Dr. Kevin O'Connor, was telling White House aides that President Biden's deterioration of his spine, the degeneration, was so significant that if he fell one more time, that he might have to be in a wheelchair and serve in a wheelchair for his second term. But everybody pushed off the notion that he use a wheelchair until after the election. This is all part of a larger whole where the Biden White House tried to hide the extent of his deterioration, both physical and cognitive, as much as possible.
Yeah, so I was saying this for the guy's whole run in 2020 and his whole presidency. It's like them keep peddling him out there weekend at Bernie's style. It's like, it's total elder abuse. And apparently it was way worse than we thought. The guy was basically, he was about to break his spine and be in a wheelchair, you know, and they were gonna have to push him out there in a wheelchair, but they just didn't care and they just kept, you know, they went against the doctor's orders of, hey, maybe this guy shouldn't be doing anything because he's about to break in half. It's just crazy. I mean, if that's your grandpa, you're like, what the hell are you doing to grandpa? You know, like, can we let grandpa just chill and lay down and be on the couch and basically do nothing at this point? Because if we put him out there and keep weekend at Bernie's him, we're going to see Bernie just go whoop right in half, you know? And then it's a terrible thing that had to happen. And it's a terrible thing that even happened to America, right? That guy was being put out there, weekend at Bernie's style, representing America. But all right, let's get to the next topic. So apparently we have a new black pope, according to The View's Sunny Hostin. Go ahead, take a look at the clip.
There's one other thing that's also very interesting to me because President Trump, as you remember, called Haiti a certain type of country. As it turns out, our new American Pope has Haitian and black roots. So we actually have a black Pope. Apparently, it's like chef's kiss for me. So apparently, both of his maternal grandparents are described as black, Haitian, or mulatto in several census documents. And on their marriage license, the grandfather's birth birthplace is Haiti, listed as Haiti. Her birthplace is listed as born in New Orleans. They were identified as people of color, but in 1920, when they migrated to Chicago, the census reflected their race as white.
So I'm loving everything about this Pope.
I'm really enjoying it.
I like, there's like this picture of him on a donkey in Peru that I mean, it's just, he's bringing me so much joy.
Yeah.
This is a man who has, so the you know, the Americans are claiming him. The people in Chicago are fighting over him. The Haitians are claiming him. The Dominicans are claiming him. The French, the Spaniards, and the Peruvians.
And the black people.
He speaks, well, I think the Haitians
Louisiana people.
See, the thing with these people is they can never get on board with something unless it's complete, like, woke bullshit, or it's an agenda-driven thing, like, oh, they had no interest in the Pope before, but now once they figure out that they can just fake people and put it out there that he's black, because Sunny did her research, folks, and, you know, she looked at censuses, you know, oh, God, you know, but the census made him not black, and this, and, you know, 40 years ago, or however many years ago, however many generations, the census made his family stop being black. But, you know, they were racially persecuted and they were no longer able to be black, pretty much. But yeah, this is just what these people do, right? They won't get on board with something unless it's completely woke and complete just bullshit, right? That was a total bullshit statement. And, oh, we're just celebrating now that he's black. We finally have a black pope. You know, that whoever that woman is, I forget what her name is, that Latina woman, but she is just an absolute moron, folks. But yeah, the whole, you know, he's a black pope, it's just, God, I can't believe they're trying this crap, you know? I can't believe they're trying it. But okay, let's get to the next topic. Jasmine Crockett is just a complete moron and is just spewing more and more BS. Go ahead, take a look at the clip.
The White House has said that the idea of arresting members of Congress is on the table here. As a member of Congress, what's your reaction to that? Are people talking about it in the cloakrooms?
Well, I mean, this all just happened over the weekend, so we go back into session tomorrow. But what I will tell you is that we are standing 10 toes down for our members. Listen, we have jobs, and unlike some other people, say the big guy in the White House who has spent 25% of his time golfing, yeah, we actually care about our jobs, and we are trying to serve the American people, and we have a duty of oversight over these agencies. And knowing that they are literally just kidnapping people off of the streets and we don't know what types of conditions they are putting them in, I think that I actually want to applaud my fellow members of Congress who don't take their jobs lightly, but instead take them very seriously, especially in this moment.
Yeah, so first of all, basically everything she said is just complete nonsense. The Democrats in Congress who are going in trying to bust into an ICE facility, they're not helping Americans, folks. They're doing absolutely nothing for Americans. They're going in there and trying to bust out gang members to just release back into society so they can go wreak more havoc on society and your neighborhood. That's all those people are doing. They're not helping Americans. That's just nothing but, you know, woke bullshit that they're trying to virtue signal for. Like, look at us going into an ICE facility to try to bust these people out because they didn't get due process and we don't know what conditions. It's just such bullshit. And then Jasmine Crockett, she has the worst TDS basically, probably top 5 TDS, because every time she's asked a question, she makes it about Trump, like she did there. Like, oh, the big guy in the White House is playing golf 25% of his presidency. Yeah, well, the guy's out there playing golf, getting knees bent and doing deals on the golf course. So, frankly, I don't give a damn if he's out on the golf course killing it and getting knees bent. You know, whether he's getting knees bent in the Oval Office or out on the golf course, that's a win for America, and that's a win for Trump, folks. The guys just can't stop winning. The liberals and Democrats can't stand that the guy keeps winning, and he keeps winning for America. That's the thing that pisses them off most, you know, is that he's not only winning, he's winning and making America great, and he's doing it for America. They just all hate America, folks, and we're finally getting to see it. The onion is getting peeled back layer by layer. Every time they open their mouth, they just show more and more about how much they hate America, and they really just hate you too. Because why? You're American, and they don't like that. But all right, that's it for today. Be sure to like, subscribe, and we'll be seeing you.